What's up guys, the Red Cloak here. Today is part 2 of what Naruto is in My Hero Academia. Until you guys kill that goal hitting 80 likes, I'm just gonna say 50 likes and part 3 will be in your future. And yes, there's gonna be more new characters, only one new character for class 1A, which is going to be Gaara. I was thinking of doing Lee, but yeah, I don't think I can do the quirkless hero Lee. It's gonna be pretty hard. So yes, Gaara is going to be the new student of class 1A, replacing Sero, the tape guy. Now, without further ado, I should just get right into that intro. We should get started with this one.
Yeah, hold up, what the fuck? Hey, bass in the trunk, yeah. Shorty wanna fuck, but I'm busy getting bucks. If you know my fucking name, you know my music bumps. If you hate my fucking shit, you a motherfucking chump. Hey, ooh, yeah, damn, Billy stay high like a kite. Yeah, bitch, I blew up overnight. Yeah, you know the world around town. Hey, my diamonds bright like a light. Yeah, my music different, I'm right. Hey, my music different, I'm right. Yeah, who the fuck else sounds like this? Hey, my music different, I'm right. I don't give up.
In the last part, we went over Naruto's life, and we went over the beginning parts of My Hero Academia, well, Season 1, most of it. All everyone's in the classroom. Aizawa introduces a new student because Sero's not here. The kid will be named Gaara, and he's the son of the 6th best hero. Gaara would actually say that he isn't here to make friends, he's just here to get stronger. And Gaara would have the same backstory. Well, if you don't know Gaara's backstory, just look up Gaara's backstory from Naruto. Gaara believes that he can love no one but himself because no one has showed him that love or affection yet. Deku, Ida, Uraraka, and Jiro try to befriend him, but Gaara just completely ignores them and just tells them to get away from him. Now, starting the USJ arc into the portion, everyone's excited to test out their quirks, and on the bus, Deku and Naruto are actually sitting together. Naruto does want to know what is Deku's quirk, because he never had a quirk to begin with. He can't just magically get one. Deku completely just tells him it is a strength quirk and nothing else. Naruto is still suspicious, but he just ignores it. Naruto does see that Gaara and Todoroki are a little bit similar because they both seem cold to everyone else and just want to be distant. Naruto does feel like he can't relate to Todoroki, but he feels like he can relate to Gaara. While everyone's at the USJ facility, villains attack. Wow, what a surprise. This means the students will be split up, but this time I'm going to say Gaara, since he's replacing Sero, he's actually by himself, and Mina and that sugar guy are on their own. Having Sasuke, Momo, and Jiro be together is actually a pretty good group. That means Naruto is actually be stuck with Mineta. Well, it's taking Mineta's spot. I also want to add an original villain from Naruto to attack Jiro's group, so that means Sasuke can verse that villain. Starting off with this group, since there's no Kaminari, since Kaminari is going to be taking Mineta's spot and so is Naruto, that means they actually have somebody strong enough to actually protect. Since Sasuke's lightning doesn't make him go completely stupid, it actually kind of hurts him a little bit, but he can go through the pain. These guys are easily able to take down these villains until Jiro gets hit in the face by something and she gets knocked down. Sasuke would actually scream out Jiro's name, and then Jiro would just say she's alright, and then somebody would come out from the shadows. The man would be, yes, Orochimaru. Orochimaru would then smile and say, Sasuke, I've come for you. Sasuke would get creeped out, and so would Momo, and yes, Orochimaru still wants that young Uchiha body. Sasuke and Momo try to double team Orochimaru, but Orochimaru is too fast and too quick, and he's stronger than them. Orochimaru knows he can beat these guys anytime he wants or slap them anytime in the week, so he actually just bites Sasuke's neck and just leaves. Momo says, what was that for? Was that poison? Orochimaru just says, one day you'll see. This is bad for Jiro and Momo. Sasuke down for the count, and Jiro's kind of injured. Momo and Jiro still try to completely defend themselves while Momo is trying to heal Sasuke or give him some bandages. Momo actually gets hit by a villain and actually starts getting curb stomped by the villain until Sasuke finally awakens. Sasuke gets up saying, Momo, who gave you these wounds? Tell me right now. Momo stays silent, and seeing the black tracings on his neck, Momo would say, what'd that snake do to you? Sasuke would then say, who cares what the snake did to me? Who gave you these wounds, Momo? Was it that person over there? Sasuke would blitz towards him, then start breaking his arm. Sasuke would say, you seem to like to hurt people with your arms. What happens if I just break them? And he starts breaking them even more and cracking them. Sasuke keeps going and going until Momo starts screaming, telling him to stop. Momo would then run and hug him. Momo begs and begs until Sasuke's curse mark goes away. Sasuke would then faint to the ground, and Momo would say, thank goodness he's okay. Jiro, actually watching this go down, actually about to get blindsided by a villain until somebody saves her. Gaara's Sand would actually save her, and then Gaara would look at her and say, you pay attention next time, you need to start focusing on yourself. Jiro would then tell him that her friend was in danger and she was worried. Of course she wasn't going to focus on herself. There's more to things than focusing on yourself. Gaara would then say, that's a weak mentality. Jiro would then say, whatever, but you could at least smile for once. Gaara would then say, I don't feel like smiling, and walk. Jiro would then say in her head, how can a guy that looks so good be so cold to people? Now for Naruto's group. Naruto's group would consist of Froppy, Deku, and Kaminari, but Kaminari brain fried him, so it's up to Deku and Froppy to beat the villain. Oh yeah, don't forget about Naruto, he's strong. Things will play out a little bit differently because Naruto's here instead of Mineta, and Naruto's way better than Mineta. It's until Naruto completely sees the Nomu beating up on Aizawa Naruto, seeing this, would actually get angry and actually use some of the Nine Tails power. Naruto would actually power up to the One-Tailed Cloak and start trying to fight the Monomu. Naruto can barely even touch it or barely even hit it. Well, he does do a little bit of damage, but it just rejects. Naruto gets pissed at Shigaraki because he's trying to kill Froppy. Naruto actually goes into the Four Tails, actually slaps Shigaraki, which actually makes him cough up. Naruto is about to go on even more of a rampage until somebody stops him. A hug or a grab. It is Deku who's grabbing the tail. Naruto's questioning what he just went into, but Naruto completely burns inside. Everything burns. Naruto falls on his knees and says, Deku, I'm out of this. The Nomu's actually about to finish Naruto until All Might. The fight is actually going as per normal, and Itachi actually appears, one of the heroes, the fourth best hero. Itachi actually slaps one of the villains, and then Shigaraki just knows it's time to retreat because All Might just defeated that Nomu. Itachi mainly just came here to check on his brother and Sasuke and see if all the UA students are all... Itachi actually sees Sasuke in the care of Momo because Sasuke is completely fainted and knocked out. Itachi would then smile and say, Sasuke's all grown up now. Itachi then grabs Sasuke from Momo and just tells Momo that he'll take it from here, don't worry. And then he tells Sasuke that we're going home. Itachi would then see Naruto and say, how's it been? And saying that he's done a good job, that as of far, his father would be proud. Itachi would then leave and just say, have a great day. Back in Class 1A, Class 1B still bombards Class 1A, but this time, Gaara and Bakugo call them extras and tell them to move out the way. Todoroki actually announces rivalry to Gaara, Naruto, Sasuke, Bakugo, and Deku. Yeah, that's a lot of rivals, Todoroki. Since these guys are worthy opponents, these guys are worth Todoroki's time. Before Todoroki can even make, a bunch of ice to trip everyone up, Gaara actually makes sand to trip everyone up, actually blocking the entrance, saying, sorry guys, I'm the one. Sasuke and Naruto actually get out easily, and Todoroki's actually kind of pissed. Naruto just wants to know, why is this guy so pissed? This is just a race for fun. And Naruto just does notice that Gaara's a little bit more angrier too, because he wants to win this and show how strong he is. Naruto, Bakugo, Sasuke, Gaara, Todoroki are rushing to the finish line, and then Deku completely passes all of them. Sasuke is a little bit angry, but he's a little bit surprised that Deku completely passed him while he's trying to enhance his speed with lightning. And out of everyone, he was just thinking that either Tokuyami could have possibly passed him. Well, Sasuke goes in second, Naruto goes in third, Bakugo goes in fourth, Todoroki goes in fifth, and Gaara goes in sixth. Gaara is angry at this completely, and so is Todoroki. Bakugo's extremely pissed. Naruto and Sasuke don't really mind it or don't really care, and Deku's completely happy. Naruto sees Ida ditch his friend for Team Todoroki, and Naruto just sees that as the worst move or a weak move. Naruto actually joins Team Todoroki, and so does Sasuke. Sasuke walks past Momo and says, I'm actually going to join any team that you are on because we work well together, but since you're on Team Todoroki, I guess you're now my enemy. Sorry, no hard feelings, Momo. We're still... Momo starts laughing and says, I can't wait to completely destroy you, while Sasuke just says, that's funny coming from somebody who was 17th place in the race. And let's just say Gaara just decides to join, Bakugo's team. He replaces Mina, and Naruto is able to actually help Team Deku so they don't completely get jumped. Since Sasuke is faster than Ida, he can be the horse. He can actually outspeed Ida and actually grab Todoroki's, headband. Naruto's wind manipulation, no one's getting near them, and with Sasuke's lightning manipulation. Now I think it's time I get to the fights of the tournament. But first, Todoroki wants to talk to everyone who he completely challenged. Todoroki does say that he almost used his fire side in the cavalry or the bounty. Todoroki just questions, where's Deku's strength coming from? And he kind of questions where Naruto's strength is coming from, but he's mainly focusing on Deku. He knows Sasuke is the brother of the fourth best hero, and he knows Gaara is the son of the sixth best hero. All of them ask the question, is All Might his father? But Bakugo turns it down and starts Naruto saying that no, All Might is not Deku's father. Todoroki says whatever, but he's still gonna win this. Sasuke actually goes up against Momo, but he feels a weird pain in his chest. When he tries to move and strike against Momo, he actually gets hit in the... No, Sasuke knows Momo is not at his level. There is no way. But Sasuke does figure out it's the curse mark thing. It's spraying around his body, actually strained. Sasuke's original plan was to kind of play with Momo so she can get scouted by other heroes, but he knows if he continues this, his body's gonna wear out. So Sasuke easily beats Momo and actually moves. Naruto knows that fighting against Ida is gonna be pretty hard because Ida's fast and he's agile. But Naruto, with a little bit of strategy, actually beats. Sasuke would completely verse Gaara, but Sasuke knows that this straining is not going to go away and that Gaara is a worthy opponent. Sasuke and Gaara would clash a little bit, but Gaara would have the upper hand. Gaara would use his hand to defend him and actually hit Sasuke in the back. Sasuke could barely even get up, and Sasuke would try to use his lightning and actually blitz, but it doesn't matter. Gaara has the ultimate defense, and this means it ain't gonna go through. Sasuke starts enhancing his speed with his lightning, actually starts blitzing around Gaara, and actually gets a good hit into his face. That actual hit actually makes Sasuke go on his knees and just say, what is wrong with me? What did that weird snake person do to me? Sasuke then raises his hand up and says he gives up. Sasuke withdraws from the fight. Sasuke just says even if he was at full power, he doesn't even think he could beat Gaara. This surprises everyone, mostly Naruto. He just gave up without fighting? What's wrong? Naruto's asking himself, is this Gaara guy really a threat? Man, I'm actually kind of scared. Itachi did notice Sasuke's sloppiness, and then Sasuke would actually tell Itachi, you knew. Itachi would say, I always know. Now come with. Itachi would then tell Sasuke, that girl Momo you have there is a keeper. You guys dating? Sasuke would say, no, we're not dating. Itachi would say, you would invite her over to dinner. She would be great to meet our parents. Sasuke would just say, no, not doing it, and don't accept this again. Naruto and Todoroki actually go completely at it, but Naruto knows it's his lucky day because Todoroki doesn't want to use his flames. Naruto knows Todoroki still hesitant to use his flame side, so Naruto takes clear advantage of this, because if Naruto just uses wind against Todoroki's flames, Naruto would have just lost. Todoroki used a block of ice to actually trip up Naruto, but Naruto is easily able to evade them and actually go up in the air and shoot out some wind bullets. Naruto actually sees Todoroki tripping up, but then Naruto would just say, Todoroki, I'm glad you're less cold. Deku will really change you for the better. But I'm sorry, I'm ending this battle right now. Todoroki still tries to make a blockade of ice, but Naruto is easily able to dodge it and actually goes up behind him and actually kicks Todoroki in the back. While Todoroki punches Naruto in the face, Naruto is easily able to get back up. Naruto tells Shoto to look, then Shoto looks and he's binded by some strings. Naruto says that they're not strings, they're actually wind, but they look like string. Naruto does feel bad because he didn't beat Todoroki at his fullest, but Naruto is happy nonetheless going to the finals. Naruto completely just uses a wind blaze bomb and actually pushes Todoroki. Bakugo and Gaara actually face off against each other, and Bakugo knows that he stands no chance because Sasuke couldn't stand a chance, and Sasuke said at his fullest he would have still lost. He doesn't think he could beat Gaara, so he starts going up in the air and starts shooting. Gaara does trap Bakugo with his sand, and Gaara says it's over and starts trying to use the sand coffin. Bakugo is able to slip out. This whole fight is for Bakugo to find an opening so we can actually hit Gaara with it. Sometimes he finds openings, sometimes he just gets caught in the sand and gets completely in. Bakugo then aims his hand and says, this should blast you back, and then shoots out a big explosion that actually makes Todoroki's ice go to shame. Gaara actually covers himself with the sand. Gaara would actually peer through and actually see on his head that he's bleeding. Gaara would start screaming that he's bleeding, and Gaara just says that he's done playing with Bakugo, and actually uses a sand arm and grabs Bakugo and starts squishing. Gaara slams Bakugo to the ground and then kicks him out the ring. Well, punches him, sand punches him out the Gaara, knowing he doesn't want anyone to drop any single blood on him ever again, he actually goes into half Shukaku form. Naruto seeing this and just say, Gaara, you really like me. Your pain, everyone looks at you like a monster. I know that pain, where everyone just looks at you and they just want you to die. Gaara, my friends give me my strength, my power, my energy. They're the reason I keep on living. Gaara just says, I only love myself. I don't need to love anyone else. Gaara used a huge sand tsunami covering Naruto and all of the surroundings. While Naruto was covered in the sand, the Nine Tails was actually talking to him saying, you need my power to destroy this kid. Naruto says, no, I don't want to destroy this kid. I want to show him the light. So give me your power, but just don't control me. Nine Tails just say, fine, I won't control you, kid. Take some of my power. Naruto jumps out the sand and just says, Gaara, I'm going to defeat you, and actually charges them and kicks Gaara in the face. Gaara is shooting out a bunch of sand bullets, a bunch of sand swords, and shooting them at Naruto, but Naruto is easily able to dodge and actually take. Naruto takes one to the leg and actually still keeps running and charges at Gaara and actually tackles. Somebody in the stand says it's battle against monsters, but all Class 1A just says they are monsters, they're our friends, our classmates. And here, Naruto kicks it up a notch, actually using the One Tails. Gaara actually charging him, and so would Naruto. Naruto then uses Wind Palm, and so Gaara would actually use his same. Clash extreme and chaotic, but Gaara is the one to fall off the ring. Naruto is injured on the ring as of now. Naruto's declared the winner, but before they can even take them to the, infirmary, Naruto just says the same speech to Gaara and just says that he needs friends to keep on moving forward. Naruto just says you need somebody once in a while to at least help you with something. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. I did it myself. Remember, 50 likes, and I may be continuing this in the future. And this has been the Red Cloak. I'm gonna head up out here, and I'm out.